Hey everybody, my name is Chance Moore. I'm a missionary with Meridzo Center, and my official title is Executive Assistant to the CEO. I started off being Lonnie Riley's assistant when he was CEO, and now I'm blessed to be Drew Baldwin's assistant. My unofficial title, however, is the tech guy for the ministry. I'm the one that helps work on the website and Facebook page, and I've been the one behind the scenes editing these videos, putting the captions on, and uploading them to Facebook and YouTube. So I guess it's my turn to be in front of the camera instead of behind it, and I ask that you bear with me as this is out of my norm and out of my comfort zone. But today, I guess I'm preaching to myself a little bit here. The message that I want to share with you is look to God, and it's from Isaiah 41:10. It says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Now, the beginning of that is do not fear. Over and over again in the Bible, we are told to fear not or do not fear. It's listed over 365 times in the Bible. And so this is an important message for us to hear. It's something that God obviously wanted us to get through our thick skulls and to keep in mind. But He also is saying it, encouraging us. When fear comes, do not be afraid. Do not fear, for I am with you. How comforting it is to know that God is with us in every circumstance, in everything that we go through, all the troubles that come. Fear is not a sin, but it is something that can lead to sin if we don't give it to God, if we don't look to God and trust in Him. The verse continues on after it says to do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Now, dismayed is a word that we don't use very often in modern times, but we are familiar with the word distressed. Now, for me, I know that my wife loves to decorate our home and make her own furniture and things, and so when I hear distressed, my mind goes to the distressed look of furniture. But the distress that I'm talking about today isn't about furniture, but it's a mental distress. As we go throughout our lives, when fear comes, it's often accompanied with distress. If we don't give the fear over to God when it first enters our life, then distress follows shortly thereafter. And we worry about the situation, we worry about the outcome, and we let it bog our minds and trouble us. And we let the fear and distress control us. And so in Isaiah 41, God is telling us that we don't need to let it. That is not our burden to carry. When fear comes, when distress comes, not only is He with us in that time when we are fearful and distressed, but He is our God. He has us, and that He will use, it says later on in the verse, I will strengthen you and help you. So when troubles come, when trials come, when life happens, and we're in a situation where we're dealing with fear and distress, God is saying He is our God, He is with us, and He is going to use that situation, whatever it may be, to build us up, to help us, to strengthen us in that time. So no matter what you're going through right now, whether it's a situation at work that has you fearful, you may be worried about losing your job, you may be worried about finances, Even if you have a good job, the bills may be piling up. It could be a health situation with you or a loved one. Or it could be that God has called you to do something outside of your comfort zone, like doing this is outside of my comfort zone, that has you fearful and distressed and worried. And God says to turn it over to Him. Give it to Him, and He will use whatever that situation is to strengthen you, to help you. And the verse ends saying, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So in times of fear, in times of distress, in that process of God strengthening you, you are in His hands the whole time, is the message that I receive when I read this verse. And being in God's hands is the perfect place to be, especially when you're worried, especially when there is fear and there are issues, when there are situations that you can't control. Turning that over to God and being in His hands is the most comforting words of this whole message to me. So I'm going to leave you today just simply saying, no matter what situation you find yourself in, no matter the circumstances of life, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to even deal with dismay, distress. But remember, do not let that fear control you. Do not let the distress cloud your judgment or keep you from following God. Turn it over to Him. Lean on Him. Look to God in that situation, whatever it may be, and look to Him in all situations of your life, the good and the bad, because He uses everything to bring Him honor and glory, and He uses everything to strengthen you and to help you. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.